my word. Hello guys, hope you're doing well as always and welcome back to another video. I hope you're ready for some more footballing action. It's FA Cup action as Redhill travel for their second away game of the competition so far against Whitehawk FC. New opposition, new territory. We're in Brighton. It's the longest travel that we've had to make for the FA Cup this season.
What a bumper weekend we're having. Football last night, football today, FA Cup run again. So yep, looking forward to it.
We also, by the way, are going to have a very special guest at the end of the episode. So stick around for that. Regardless of the result, it's going to be a good episode. Obviously, we're hoping for another successful Redhill weekend. But either way, this is another tough opposition. A similar level to the teams that Redhill have beaten already in this competition with Whitehawk. And I think we should stop dilly-dallying and get straight into your fact, because you've left me hanging for this. Apparently this is the best one yet, so take the floor.
I think it's the best one yet, and I have to thank your uncle, my brother Jeff, for this, because he came up with this fact for me. So if you remember in the very first game that we played, we talked about Redhill and how they had faced some legends back in the day. One of the biggest legends of all, and that was Georgie Best. Whitehawk have actually had their own legend, and this guy is a real legend as well, arguably second only to Georgie Best from a Northern Ireland point of view. Any ideas who I'm talking about?
I've got no idea. Northern Ireland.
This guy is a major legend for what he achieved. Viewers, do you know who he is yet? The guy's name is Jerry Armstrong.
Okie dokie.
Nope.
The name rings a bell.
He played for Tottenham to start off with, so it's straight into a big club. And then in the early 80s, he then played for Watford. And then whilst he was at Watford, he went to the 1982 World Cup with Northern Ireland. The first time they'd been to the World Cup since 1958. But the biggest achievement, Northern Ireland topped their table against Spain, and they did that because he scored the winning goal against Spain. Thunderstrike beat Spain, and then unfortunately they went out in the next group stage because they had another group stage, but he will forever be remembered for that winning goal against Spain. He then ended up his career with the very last club he played for, Whitehawk, because I think he played for Brighton as well. Oh, and he played for Crawley.
Oh, there you go.
For Crawley as well.
There you go. Whitehawk FC, home of a World Cup icon. Pretty special, doesn't get bigger than that. So without further ado, let's just get into the stadium, ladies and gents. We will see where we end up at the end of this game. Will we be back at Redhill? Will it be another trip to Whitehawk? There's only one way to find out. Now come the two teams for this FA Cup fixture. 40 league places separate these two sides. It's going to be a big test for Redhill. But they've upset the odds before, and they're going to try and do it again. And fingers crossed they will. Right, as we're finding our seats, I'm going to ask you, what's your score prediction?
I'm very excited about today, and I actually think we're going to sneak a 3-2 win.
Come on, Redhill. We're hoping for goals then, and we are hoping for a Redhill win. I'm going to go for 2-1 Redhill. I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be tight. We're going to see what happens. Come on, the boys. Ladies and gentlemen, we are underway. Oh, it's a brilliant save! The ball. And it's won! Whitehawk have taken the lead. It's a poor start for Redhill, and their game plan right now is out the window. Disaster start for Redhill early on, but there's still plenty of time for them to come back. This doesn't have to be a Southampton-Leicester that we saw yesterday. They can bring it back. We know how good they are on the attack, so there's still time. Whitehawk double their lead. It's gone from bad to worse very quickly for Redhill. It's great footwork from the attacker, but another avoidable one for Redhill. They've been defending relatively well so far, but it's those little mistakes that they need to iron out of their game. Once again, there's still time for them to come back into this game, but their chances for doing so are very, very slim. Oh, brilliant defending. Body on the line stuff for Redhill, and that's what it takes. But they need more going forward. They're not creating anything, and that's their biggest problem. That's going to be a free kick, and it's also going to be a booking. A brilliant position now for Whitehawk to potentially further their lead even more. Whitehawk with a chance to make it 3. Oh, and narrowly misses. Tyree Sutherland straight at the keeper. And that is half time, ladies and gents. 2-0 to Whitehawk. Redhill are not completely out of this, but it's certainly an uphill battle. So, ladies and gents, it's half time and 2-0 to Whitehawk. And the first thing I want to say is the atmosphere has been really good, hasn't it? We've had the Redhill and the Whitehawk fans grouped together and making a lot of noise, a lot of back and forth, very funny. So, credits both sets of fans so far. What are your immediate takeaways at half time?
Well, the highlight of the first half for me has been exactly that. Support of the two sides. You don't get that often, and you certainly don't get it in proper league matches. So that's been good. Good banter, good-natured banter. That's been good fun. Redhill, disappointing really, obviously, the 2-0 down, and they deserve to be 2-0 down. They haven't really been able to penetrate. I think the plan for them was to try and break on the attack because Whitehawk are a very attacking side. But the reality is that I think they're as good defensively as they are in attack. They've broken any semblance of Redhill attacks down in the main, and so it's a fair scoreline at half time, I'd say.
Unfortunately, I have to agree as well. I don't think Redhill were very good going forward. As I said in the game, they really didn't create any quality chances. The only one to note was Sutherland, and for the majority of the game, he was on his own up there. So there's only so much he can do. There needs to be a slightly different game plan for the second half. I think that both teams defended fairly well, and it was just a couple of lapses in judgment that saw Redhill concede. They're not out of it yet. Let's just hope that they can come back in the second half.
Well, they're coming our way. They're coming our way second half, so hopefully we'll be lifted by both supporters. But yeah, let's hope they've got some plan for the second half to turn things around and give us something to shout about.
Absolutely, and more importantly, they are attacking downhill, which is a big advantage. So fingers crossed, come on the boys. Both sides are back out on the pitch for the second half, and a big second half is needed for Redhill. We are back underway, ladies and gents. That man Sutherland is going to need to pull something very special out the back in this second half if Redhill want to come back. Good ball, good turn. It's straight at the keeper. But this is what Redhill need. Narrowly away. The next goal in this game is absolutely pivotal. If it goes Whitehawk's way, it's game over. But if Redhill get one back, that changes everything. The whole momentum of the game could be completely shifted. But at the moment, Redhill is still the team that's slightly on top in the second half. They just need a goal to show for it. There could be a Marcus Rashford-esque special from this free kick. Oh my word. And there it is. Probably the best goal that we've seen so far in this FA Cup tournament. Fantastic free kick, you can't argue about that. Like I said, there's not a lot you can do about those. It was well struck, it was powerful. The keeper managed to get a hand to it, but it still ended up in that top corner. And I think, unfortunately, that's probably the end for Redhill now. Whitehawk fans clearly in good spirits as it looks more and more confident that they're going to be going through. Ooh. That is a good ball. On Whitehawk from the Redhill corner. That's a brilliant counter-attacking goal. And now it's game over. It's a final nail in Redhill's coffin. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I think that Redhill are crushing out the FA Cup. They played brilliantly. There's still a few minutes left, but not enough time for them to get back into this game. And Whitehawk with a fantastic counter-attacking goal once again. For a penalty, but a corner's been given. I'm not sure how convinced I am that it was a penalty. It seemed like more of a coming together between the two, but it would have been consolation anyway. Good hand from the keeper. And that's full time, ladies and gents. Redhill's FA Cup is over, but that means that we have a new team to follow now with Whitehawk. They played fantastic today. Redhill couldn't quite match up to the pressure the Whitehawk put on, and there was just a case of different levels of quality. Jordan Clark can be incredibly proud of his team's achievements in the competition this year, but it's a successful campaign in this competition nevertheless. And the support has still not died down. Look how much it means to the Redhill players, the coaching staff. Ladies and gentlemen, I told you I had a very special guest in store today, and unfortunately I'm very sorry it's not under better circumstances, but we are with Redhill manager Jordan Clark. How are you feeling?
Very proud at the minute, because we knew what an uphill challenge it was going to be.
Yeah.
But the boys, the game plan, we stuck to it. I thought the first goal we were probably still working out what we were trying to do, and obviously the manner of the occasion maybe got to us a little bit. But then after that, I thought we were really good for the next 15, 20. And then a bit of quality, I spoke to them about Charlie Walker and Charlie Lambert. Just, you give them moments and then they punish you. But to be 2-0 at half-time going down this hill, we wanted to turn them round. We wanted to go, have it coming at us first half, and then have a real go second half. So we changed what we were doing. That was always the plan, to have a bit more of a go. And then I don't think they've had a shot other than the free kick, which, to be fair, a manner like that, what great quality. I think we were on top up until that point. And then, obviously, the fourth goal, we've just got caught out trying to have a go from a corner. So, look, I'm really proud of my boys. What a journey. 4 games in the FA Cup, my first season in it, trying to achieve something with Redhill. And this has been a nice sort of distraction and a nice to have in the early stage of the season. So, we were never going to win it. But we just wanted to have a real go, and we did that. So I'm hoping for another moment like this, either in the playoffs or when we're in the league or something like that.
Hopefully. Well, do you know what? I was going to get into the league as well, because obviously you started really well, a few games in hand on the teams above you, and you managed to bounce back from the defeat you had, I think it was a week ago, in the midweek fixture. Yeah. And hopefully, obviously, the plan going forward is the same, to bounce back and keep pushing
100%. Like today is it's a different feeling, because a defeat, we were on a win-win. If you lose, everyone goes, that's what's expected. 4-0. I don't think it's a horrendous scoreline, especially if you were at the game. So for me, it's the boys done us proud. They need to be really motivated by on how they've competed. So for me, it's like, let's take that motivation, that mentality into the league, and we've already proven early stages that we can compete, so long may that continue.
100%. I think the last thing that I want to say is just thank you, because we've really enjoyed our time here, and you can see the smile that you guys have all put on the faces of the supporters who turned out week in and week out, and we've had a great time. It's a shame it's come to an end, but I think you can hold your heads high.
Yeah, so, massive thank you guys for even thinking of us. So to come down has been brilliant.
Yeah,
thanks
really enjoyed it.
We've loved it. Absolutely loved it.
Top draw.
That's it.
Enjoy following Whitehawk.
Well, we will do. So, ladies and gents, after that lovely surprise, quite a poetic way to end off the Redhill segment of this journey. We've had a great time. Don't cry that it's over. Smile because it happened.
I'm still crying. I'm a little bit sad because I've really enjoyed watching our local team. They're literally around the corner from us. So yeah, that's sad. In terms of the game, they were outplayed. 40 places between us, and it showed. And Jordan Clark was honest at the end, but he said he was proud of his players, and he should be proud of his players, because my man T put in a great shift again. Didn't stop running from the beginning to the end, but they all put in a great shift. But it's over. And we now are Whitehawk supporters. So I'm really excited, actually, as well as I'm sad that Redhill out. I'm excited to see what happens now in the next chapter, because we're going to be Whitehawk supporters. We're going to follow them all the way as well.
Absolutely. We are now switching allegiances, obviously, because Whitehawk have knocked out Redhill. And I think you summed it up perfectly, to be fair. I think that they performed so much better in the second half than they did in the first. Regardless, as yourself and as Jordan Clark has both said, they can be proud of what they've done, and they've made us feel great as well as we've come and watched. So onwards and upwards now, as one door closes, another one opens, and that door just so happens to be Whitehawk. And just before we go, ladies and gents, let's not forget the man of the match, the Football Hipster man of the match, and it is going to Charlie Walker for scoring that fantastic free kick, grabbing 2 goals. Brilliant stuff. So thank you very much for watching as always, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Next round we will be at Whitehawk, whoever they play, whether it's home or away. I just want to say thank you very much as well to Jordan Clark for giving us your time as well. Really appreciate it. And thank you to the people at Redhill as well, who looked after us every time we were there. Always had a smile on your face, and it's nice to see see that was carried on, even though you got knocked out today. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care as always. Peace and love.